So here it is. This is the 2015 Honda Grom. Just a little 125cc air-cooled engine, fuel injected. It's got the inverted forks in the front. It's got the disc brakes in the front, Nissan brakes, dual piston. And then it's got the single pot disc brake in the back, same Nissan. Digital readout in the instrument cluster. Nice and simple, looks good. You got the monoshock in the back. And other than that, that's about all the main features to really point out. I do love that it's fuel injected. That's a huge plus for me. Don't have to mess around with any carburetors or anything. On cold mornings, you can just turn the key, start it up, and it's ready to go. It's a cute little bike. It just looks fun and friendly and just ready to go on an adventure. We'll start her up. Very flickable, easy to maneuver around. It's such a tiny bike that you can just go anywhere with this thing. This is what makes the Grom so fun, is just messing around like this. The throttle response is really good. I think part of what helps that is being fuel injected. The fit and finish is really nice. It's got a nice digital readout display. Looks good, nice and clean. Controls all feel good. Grips feel good. Suspension feels alright. I mean, it's a good stock suspension, I suppose, but I really think it should be beefier. I mean, I'm only 185, so I would think I'm kind of an average build, and I'm thinking that they should have put heavier fork springs in the front, but maybe the option they chose was more cost effective. Brakes got quite a bit of bite to them. They're pretty good. You can come to an abrupt stop pretty quickly. If I had to complain about anything on the bike, it's more just nitpicking stuff. These mirrors, they look like garbage. They look like they came off some 1980s scooter. And also another thing I'd complain about are these controls down here. They inverted the horn button and the turn signal. So where you normally would flick the turn signal, it's actually where the horn is. So there's been a few times where I've hit the horn button trying to make a turn. Oh, there I go. I hit my trying to make a turn, I hit the horn. If this were my bike, the first thing I'd do is I would get rid of the mirrors and just put on either some simple bar end mirrors or find some sportier low pro mirrors that will fit in the stock. Another thing I'd probably do is maybe get adjustable levers. And the reason I get adjustable levers, I mean, it's nice on any bike, but this bike, the friction zone for where the clutch engages, it's like right at the end of the pole, so it doesn't really feel quite so comfortable. I mean, I could get used to it definitely, but it'd be nice to just put it in a position where your hands feel comfortable. Another thing I would do is, if I knew this was going to be a bike I'd keep, I would invest more money in, like getting exhaust. I would probably put a 12 bar on it, because I'd probably want to make it a little stunt bike. I mean, this is all the power you need for in town. It's just fun to scoot around on. It doesn't matter if you're just like in a small town like me, or if you're in like a bigger city where speed limit's more 45, 50 range. You could use it for commuting. It'd be a fun, really fun commuter bike if you're just in town. The seat does kind of suck on this thing. I mean, I've been riding for about 15-20 minutes and my ass is already starting to hurt. If it had a little bit more padding, that'd be great.
That would be great.
It's not the worst seat in the world. However, my stock enduro bike seat actually feels more comfortable than this. Like I said, it could be worse. So my personal thought on the bike, it's a very fun, versatile bike that you can take just about anywhere. You can obviously do on-road. You can do a little bit of off-road too, and The only place that I would not recommend riding this bike, obviously, is on the highway, because it's not really designed for that. I mean, if it's a low speed highway, like 55 or 60 mile an hour highway, you could possibly do it. But at 60 mile an hour, you're going to be straining this bike quite a bit, and it's probably not going to be too good for the motor. It's also nice that it's so small, you can pull it around with you pretty easy. I mean, load it up, unload it, pretty easy to do. My other thought on this bike is it's like the perfect learning motorcycle for new riders. You get all the essentials of a motorcycle. Like, you got the clutch, brake, everything. It all feels about like what a normal motorcycle would feel like. I mean, obviously you're down on power compared to a full-size bike, but at least you kind of get the main concepts of like clutch control, brake control, handling. You can get all that down just by riding one of these. If you are actually looking at Groms, like you want a Grom and you want to get into riding, I would definitely recommend it, because like I said, you learn all the essentials that you need to move on to a bigger bike, and it could potentially be a bike that you would want to keep for the rest of your life. The thing that I think about, though, sure, it feels nice. It's a nice quality bike, but the price point is kind of what keeps me from getting one. I mean, the MSRP is $3,200 on one of these. And this one we actually picked up for $34.45. $34.45 that my sister paid for this. That is pretty damn close to what I spent on my Triumph Sprint ST that already had a bunch of modifications done. And to me, this is just a little toy bike or a beginner bike, like a learner bike. So for $3,400, I do not want to spend that on just a little toy. That's the only thing keeping me from buying this thing. And if you're like me and you think the bike's too much money for a little toy, then I might have found a possible contender in this class. I still need to try it out. I need to ride it around and see if it's gonna be an actual competitor to the Grom. And it's not the Z125 Pro, it's not that. I actually found something else, and the price point is what really got me. The price point is very intriguing. And the bike looks like it's eerily similar to the Honda Grom. If you're interested in checking that out, I will let you know what that is in the next week or two. I actually ordered one, and I assembled it last night, but I accidentally screwed something up. I was draining the oil on it, and I accidentally pulled out the cam chain tensioner like an idiot. So now I need to get a new spring for that. But once I get that all going, then I will let you guys know what bike it is, and I'll give you my impression on it, and probably even do a little comparison video between the Honda Grom and that mystery bike. So if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
But wait, there's more.
That's all she's got in her today. I hit 62 the other day. But 55 is all I could hit.